Erin Blanchfield is a problem, man. Not only performed well against Jessica Andrade, she beat Jessica Andrade faster than even Valentina Shevchenko did. But with Blanchfield, as soon as the fight went to the ground, it was pretty much over. Her grappling will give anybody in this division issues, and that even includes Valentina Shevchenko. That's how good on the ground she is. She easily passed the guard. The pressure on top forced Andrade to turn over, and the rear naked choke was lightning quick, man. Got the choke before the hook's in. That's how confident Blanchfield is with her submission game. And the funny thing about this is, Shevchenko also got Andrade in a very similar sequence. Against the fence, Andrade gives up her back to Shevchenko, but Shevchenko could not get the choke in. She attempted a couple times, but Andrade was able to fight against it, and she had the hooks in while she did it. Blanchfield, number one, did not need the hooks, and number two, got the choke even quicker and more precisely than Shevchenko did. And she's only 23 years old. That is crazy. Same position, same moves, but Blanchfield did it better. Her wrestling skills, her top pressure is so strong, man. You can see the strength that she has on the ground. And when we talk about any contenders in the flyweight division, we always look at their chances against Valentina Shevchenko, who's been on a long dominant reign. And when I look at the most problematic skill set from any of these contenders, the number one threat is probably Blanchfield's grappling game. She not only showed it in the Molly McCann fight, absolutely dominating her on the ground, but now Andrade? It is a big step up, but doing that to Andrade like that is insane. Nobody beat her that way in flyweight. Not even Shevchenko did. But not only did her grappling skills look good against Andrade, her fundamental boxing, I won't say it's like super high level or something, but it's fundamentally sound enough to give anybody an issue when she has that grappling threat. That's been like a big thing over the past few weeks. Takedown threats to open up strikes. And that's the same thing with Erin Blanchfield. Now, she doesn't have the kind of power to hurt you with one punch, but if she keeps landing on you, jab, right cross, it just keeps adding on and just popping out jabs and straights, even getting into exchanges on the feet with Andrade. But she was confident she was able to beat her, because if there was a fight that was straight punch being looping punches, this was it. Andrade always swings big haymakers to make her way in. I mean, she is shorter than most of her opponents. She lunges in there with hooks, and oftentimes it's going to expose her chin, but she's so confident in her power and her ability to take a punch, she'll outtrade most of the opponents. But it's crazy because Blanchfield is one of the few fighters they're able to outtrade Andrade just because she was throwing down straight punches and she was keeping her guard somewhat tight. You constantly heard her corner relaying the message, keep your elbows in, tight defense, and that's exactly what she was focusing on while throwing her own punches, because they know as long as she can keep her guard high and tight, Andrade's punches are going to keep bouncing off that defense, and her chin is always going to be exposed. Not only that, there were some really good kicks from Erin Blanchfield that was forcing Andrade back a bit just to break some of that pressure and even cause some pressure of her own. She's not like the best striker in the world or anything, but she's very smart in what she does. And when it came to that inside trip, it was pretty much a wrap. I at least thought that Andrade would have some kind of defense, resistance, or, skills to fight against Blanchfield for at least in the second round, right? I didn't think as soon as the fight hits the ground, the fight's over. Absolutely insane. And I'm gonna say, man, I am super excited about Erin Blanchfield versus Valentina Shevchenko, because that should be the fight that's next for her. There's not a lot of contenders that deserve a shot against Shevchenko, but beating Andrade should launch you right up into like the top 5, top 3, because she was number 10 before beating Andrade. And we need opponents that can put on good performances like that to create some interest to fight Shevchenko. But of course, Shevchenko does have to beat Alexa Grasso. Alexa Grasso has good boxing, but Blanchfield's grappling may be the biggest threat to Shevchenko's reign. And leave me in the comments below, what do you guys think about her performance, and what do you actually think about her chances up against Shevchenko? Do you believe she can actually get it done and we finally see a new champion, new blood in this division? Because if she becomes a champion at 23 or 24 years old, depending when that fight is going to happen, she's going to be one of the youngest champions in UFC history, and doing it against Shevchenko is a massive achievement for her career.